It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
Should I put that on the poll? I don't know how litigious Andrew Dice Clay is, but I want to know, do you think that Andrew Dice Clay ever hit his broad?
Oh, I don't know.
Hit his broad over the ravioli. Oh, sorry, I won't say hit. Give a smack.
Oh, much better.
And Steve.
But then I just find myself spam tweeting our social media about if I should reply to Detroit Tigers fan 63. No, we shouldn't have signed this guy. It was too much money.
That's fine.
You big dumb buffoon. Can you even read numbers?
Okay, well, I didn't realize that was... I didn't
Imply.
Is that a colon or a semicolon or a comma?
I think I make that to... I think I go comma.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, maybe... I don't know. I'll be honest. I just don't want the responsibility.
Live on tape from APS 3 point whatever, it's the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Hey. Here we go.
Like every week I hear that piano riff. It's like the first time I've ever heard it.
Hear it again for the first time.
Just had a mini panic attack, Steve, when we were kind of sitting and talking before we recorded, and I pulled up, as I do occasionally, just to check on how our buddy's doing. I pulled up Kevin MacLeod's website.
K-Mac. Kevin and the MacLeods.
And somebody paid, finally, a legitimate web designer
Oh, did it?
to update his website, because it used to be straight out 2002.
Okay.
Where you could search, but it was simplistic, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's hammered with sign up for free or enroll in this, and I don't even know where the search bar is.
Yeah.
I miss the old Kevin.
Yeah, he's gone Hollywood now, I guess.
We've known, yeah. You think Kevin's music has ever been used in a legitimate Hollywood production?
I don't know. No, I doubt it, because if it's a legitimate Hollywood production, they probably have a bit of a budget where they don't have to use royalty-free music.
Yeah, imagine
I don't know.
Like a Hollywood movie having to decide between, we could spend all this money on Hans Zimmer, who's won Academy Awards, Golden Globes, scored, the biggest superhero movies and biggest event movies of all time. Or we could use this website called Incompetech.
Which, I'm sorry, every time I hear it, all I hear is incompetent.
Yeah, and I always think of Office Space.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what their company is called. But Initech.
Initech, yeah.
But that's what it reminds me of, because in my mind, Incompetech is right around that time frame too, 1996, 1998.
Yeah.
And that's the way their website was. And that's what I miss. But yeah, we had to I had to make sure we had the proper music for this week.
We do. It's a very, very festive day here on the Steve and Kyle podcast.
The staff is all gathered.
Staff is here.
The interns came in.
You won't hear from them, of course, because they haven't hit the big time like we have.
Well,
apologies already. I know that last week, I think it was on the podcast, I said, hey, this is going to be the last week that we're sitting here recording at a folding table for the first time in like 4 years. That is not the case. I was hoping that there would be sound paneling. I was hoping things would be buttoned up by now.
Yeah.
Not the case.
But
not the case.
Maybe is this the last one?
Yeah, of course.
Except for the next one.
Except for the year in review, it may sound a little like this. A little echoey.
It's a little echoey, yeah.
A little bit. We're hoping that over the next few weeks. Boy, that January 1st deadline is looming.
Well, I mean, technically we made it.
Yeah.
We're in.
I feel like this is... I feel like we didn't, though. We're just... we're testing it out.
It was very unceremonial.
It's kind of
expected almost like a... I feel like we should have shot a MTV Cribs style opening video where, like someone fake knocked on the door and then you open it. Oh, hey, it's you. Come on in. Welcome to my crib. And then some music starts, and then it's always sped up footage of them walking through their expansive terrace or their the breezeway.
Yeah.
And then they stop and like, we'll start first in the kitchen. This is Pauline. She's my personal chef. But for us, it's going to be fast forward to you to the one corner.
Right. Yeah. The room is 9 feet wide. I feel like this is, I don't know if you guys did this, like when you bought your house, but the day that you close on the house, first thing you do, you drive over to the house and you walk through. Yeah. I feel like that's what we're doing. Or maybe you decide to do like that kind of romantic thing where, hey, even though we have no stuff in the house, you want to go over there and like we'll get a pizza. We'll sit on the floor and eat a pizza and maybe drag a TV over and watch a movie. That's what we're doing right now.
We're essentially Airbnb-ing in this studio.
In our own studio.
So it doesn't feel like home yet.
No, there's nothing up on the walls yet. We still, just like random tools leaning up in the corner.
Right. This tabletop, obviously, which a lot of memories built on this here tabletop. A lot of those memories you'll hear next week.
Literally built into the tabletop.
Yeah, there's the piece of wood. You'll hear a lot of those memories next week on the Steve and Kyle Podcast 6th annual year in review episode. Love putting this together. It's a real nice trip down memory lane to be able to see what we actually did this year that was funny. Because a lot of times you forget when we do 52 episodes a year. Like, did we do anything funny this year?
Yeah, it was tough because normally I keep a note on my phone. Right. And a lot of times we'll finish something up and be like, man, that was really fun. And I'll make a note. I didn't make one note this year.
I think we'll get back to that. Now that we got the Tron in the room.
Yeah.
I think we have a document that you and I share anyway. I think
only took 6 years for us to embrace Google Docs.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that I don't need to download Microsoft Word and then send it to you, and then you need to convert it to Apple Sheets and then add what you want to add, and then you email it back to me so I can convert it back?
Yeah.
You're telling me there's a document we can just save in a folder and we can both work on it?
Crazy, right? Crazy.
Insanity.
By the way, it is Sunday, December 19th, 2021, the year of our Lord, the Steve and Kyle Podcast. Today is the big day. Like you were saying a few minutes ago, it's the day of the 6th annual Steve and Kyle Podcast Cloak and Dagger non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange.
Right.
We have 2 gifts sitting on the table. Don't know who they came from.
They were dropped off before you and I even got in here.
Are we just going to do this right off the bat?
Do we want to open with the gift exchange before we get to the A-bits?
Considering I don't know what the A-bits are.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, just you and me.
Yeah.
Did we have an A-bit this week?
Let me go to our... Oh, yeah. There's a couple things. Actually, yeah, before we get to the...
We got some A-bits?
Yeah, we got some A-bits.
Oh, thank God.
We got an A and a B.
I'd already run out of content.
So if you want the gift exchange, skip ahead to the 22-minute mark.
No. 2240.
2240.
That's when you will get right to the gift exchange.
Right to it.
So go ahead and skip there if you don't care about the A-bit. You can, and then you can listen back.
Right.
Actually, we don't care if you listen back. Just get us the download and then listen however you feel.
Then delete, then download again. Repeat a couple hundred times.
Yeah, it was a big weekend.
I have a question for you. I know that yesterday was a big day in the Kyle household.
It was, Steve. It was. It's been a big weekend for both of us.
Yeah.
You know, we were actually supposed to record yesterday. Things happened. We had plans. Here we are a day later.
It actually worked out much better for me because I had not pulled any of the audio that we need yet for my half of the year in review.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yesterday, I'd woken up early. I was ready to go. Actually, it was the most prepared I had ever been tech-wise. I literally ran down here. I had the computer turned on, all the buttons pushed, everything. Like you could have walked in the door and we could have said, ready, go, record. And then we ended up not doing it for a couple of reasons. And I thought, oh, perfect. I don't have any of the audio ready yet. That gives me the whole day. We had a bunch of things to do yesterday. But I thought, once Evelyn's in bed, I got nothing to do. And at that point, it's like 8 o'clock. So Annette was doing some work in Cricket Corner.
Cricket Room now.
Cricket Room,
We're going to need to figure out a way to rename that because crafting room. But yeah, we need some alliteration there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll work.
Synonym for room is what we need.
So I came downstairs in the basement. I was like, I'm just going to lay on the couch, put my headphones in, edit some audio while she's doing work. TV was on, and we were just kind of hanging out. And I think that lasted 10 minutes, and then I woke up, and I was like, whoa. I look over at Annette. She's like, yeah, you fell asleep pretty quick. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to set an alarm for 15 minutes so I can just take a quick cat nap, kind of get my energy up. Yeah. I'm going to go right back to editing. And she just looked at me. She's like, yeah, okay. Next thing I know, she's waking me up and saying, yeah, I'm going to bed. It's like 11 o'clock. I said, yeah, I'm going to start editing now.
Yeah, now's the time.
Fell right back to sleep immediately. Woke up about a half hour later. It's 11:30 at this point. And I was surprisingly wide awake.
Yeah.
So I was like, now's the time. Pulled out my laptop. And I sat on the couch editing audio until about 1 a.m. Oh. And then I edited until my computer died. So I wasn't gonna go to the hassle of plugging it in because that would have required me to stand up. So I got almost all of the audio done editing that I needed to do, and then finally called it a night. Went to bed and woke up and finished it this morning. But
I spent the majority of a movie with an earbud in a couple nights ago because I didn't know if we were doing it Saturday.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there while the movie was playing, pulling audio myself for about 3 hours. Friday night, trying to prepare for this. So we are ready.
We got it all figured out. We have
our review will be released as scheduled next week. But we didn't even post it on the poll this year because we're simply going to release it as a megasode.
Yeah,
that's the way we're going to do it going forward. It is going to be long.
It's probably going to be 3 hours.
It's going to be 3 hours, and prepare for that.
But we digress. Yesterday was a big day for you, right? Very big day.
Yeah, it's something we've been talking about for,
a year and a half in the making?
More than a year and a half.
Because a year and a half ago, so that would have been, roughly May of 2020 was your 5-year anniversary?
That's correct.
5-year wedding anniversary to your wife, Katie. Congratulations.
Thank you. Can't be said enough. I appreciate the post facto congratulations. Mm-hmm. We made it. Next year, you'll get to the 6-year anniversary.
Yeah, next solstice or so, I'll back congratulate you on 6 years.
Yeah. So I had bought us a couples massage because I know my wife enjoys massages and I'd never had one.
You had asked me for some input, some recommendations and I had totally forgotten about this. I remember you had done it, but at that point I was like, man, I guess they had gotten the massages and either we talked about it and I totally forgot, or it was just no big deal for you and there wasn't anything to really bring up. But you finally, a year and a half later, you guys went and got your couples massages at a beautiful place.
Yeah, really. I mean, some people would call it uppity.
Very uppity. Yeah.
And I don't know. You had warned me, so I kind of knew, but I'd never been to a massage place, so I don't know if they're all this way. If this is, by the way, Cricket Chamber. Cricket
Chamber,
I think is what we're going to start referring to it as.
I think I got a better one. Cricket Commons.
Oh my God, the Cricket Commons. That is a real commons.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like you're a cafeteria away from this being a university commons.
And look, we have the little Fisher Price kitchen in there.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Cricket Commons.
The Cricket Commons.
You have to say it. Cricket Commons.
Cricket Commons.
Yeah. So
we were finally able to go do that yesterday.
Yeah.
As we delayed a lot of COVID related, and I didn't want to get a massage with a mask on, and not because I'm anti-mask, just because if I'm getting a massage and I'm looking for comfort. One, I'd prefer if it were in a better state where I know I'm protected against it. Without the vaccine until earlier this year, it just wasn't going to happen. So we finally were able to do this, and like I said, you had kind of prepared me for the level that this place. It's a day spa.
It is a luxury day spa.
So getting just a massage there is not fully what they advertise. I mean, they advertise packages like 4 hours long.
Yeah, manicure, pedicure, facial, like the whole deal. I mean, different skincare.
Yes.
The place is phenomenal.
But we're just there for our massage. So yeah, it was everything as you described. We walked in. I was already out of place. And they take you to this lobby. And then they give you your robes and your sandals.
The robes are amazing.
The robes were so nice. Yeah. So they first sign of trouble was when she asked me my shoe size. And I said I'm about an 11.
Yeah.
She handed me a pair of sandals that probably meant for children.
Okay. So the sandals weren't quite the right size.
So it's like they're not thong sandals. It's the slides, I think is what people refer to them as. You could barely see the front of my toes in front of the actual overlap.
All right.
And it looked like I was trying to squeeze like a ham into a hose.
I got you. Okay. So, no big deal.
That's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Because you basically wear them as you walk to the room where you're getting your massage.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So while I'm walking around, in between waiting and getting in the room. So I also didn't quite understand the instructions. Again, I'm out of place.
Okay.
They put you in the locker room. You change. You put your stuff in a locker. And then I sat down.
Oh, no. You go back into the...
I didn't know that.
You go back into the parlor.
I waited like 8 minutes sitting in this room. It's a literal locker room. It has lockers and a shower and a restroom. Yeah. Until I finally I think I'm doing something wrong here. And I nosed the door open and looked, and Katie was sitting in the villa.
Right.
And I said, okay, I'm supposed to be out there.
Yeah.
Because they ask you, what do you want to drink? Do you want anything to drink?
Yeah.
And so I got a glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is she just going to walk it back into the locker room? Am I having locker room wine this morning?
Okay, so, but again, these are minor holdups.
Yeah, and again, there's nothing major.
No.
Happened. I mean,
just a little miscommunication.
Yeah, again, I am out of any type of comfort zone.
Right. Yeah.
I've never done anything like this before. So I go sit down, and you told me, you warned me about the paperwork. You had to fill out a bunch of paperwork.
Was it on the iPad?
Nope. Clipboards.
Really? I feel like in the past I did it on an iPad.
Name, address, any health things, anything you want them to do, anything you don't want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whole time I'm filling these out, my feet hurt because these sandals are easily 2 sizes too small.
Cutting off circulation.
So across from the villa is the closet with all the sandals in it. So it's kind of quiet. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go sneak. I'm going to go steal a pair of sandals.
You could have just asked someone.
Nah, I didn't want to interrupt them. They're all busy. They're all running around back and forth. They're, bringing more people to their stone massages or their stone treatments.
Yep.
So I go over there, I open the closet, and I kind of look back and forth, and I'm looking up at the top, and I remember I got to take one of mine off to make sure I don't get the same size. I see it's a large. Like, well, obviously my foot is now an extra large. And so I'm looking, and they got a 3XL, and then I hear someone coming, so I quick slam the door shut, and I run back across to the villa.
Right. Because you don't want them to get mad at you.
I don't want them to think I'm stealing some sandals.
Right.
Some rubber sandals.
Yeah. Again,
so I decided,
you could have simply waited for somebody to come back and just said to them, I'm sorry, these are a little bit too small.
They advertise in the villa silence. Okay? And I wasn't going to be the one to interrupt that.
Hey, Toots.
Hey, yo, use. Come here.
Hey, waitress. Because anyone who is there to assist you in any way automatically is a waitress.
Hey, barkeep. Was this the Chardonnay or the Pinot?
The Pinot.
The Pinot Griggy. I know a Griggy. You talking about little Griggy?
From down on 14th Street?
No, he works at the meat plant.
Okay, so there you are. Drinking your
shoes too small.
Your Pinot Grigio.
Shoes too small.
Cutting off circulation.
Paperwork filling out. So I put on the paperwork. I said, hey, I have a defibrillator on my left side under my arm. Just don't massage that because it can be sensitive and it can hurt if you push too hard on it. Yeah. And then I also put on the area that please don't was my feet because I'm ticklish. I said that even my body in general, my skin, I feel like it's sensitive. Like if someone's scratching my back, I generally don't like that.
Sure.
So I just put no need to do the feet. No need at all. So they come back, and I'm sitting there relaxing. It's nice. I'm sitting in this room. Guy behind me who was done with his service, still sitting there in his robe, snoring.
Okay. I mean, it's that kind of place. It's that relaxed.
Yeah. And lady comes, Kyle, Katie, we're ready for you. So I've got my Chardonnay, and I go, well, obviously I can't take this to the back.
Oh, that's Chardonnay.
glug, glug. Half a glass of Chardonnay I chug.
Okay.
So I can leave the glass. It turns out they also have tables and counters in these massage. I could have just...
Yeah, you could have... Yeah.
Could have just brought it with me.
Yeah, you could have brought it with you. But that's okay. Again, these are all minor things that on your next trip, you're going to be like, no problem. Oh, yeah. That's where they keep the sandals.
Yep. So we got into the room, and it was everything as you described. You know, it's quiet. They have music. They turn the lights down. They tell you how it's going to go. And
you ask them to put on the local rock station so you could...
They were playing, like you mentioned, Enya. And I at one point I said, can we turn on Christmas music? 'Tis the season. I mean, I don't know. It's so I'm so used to stupid chit chat.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it.
It's awesome, but I feel so nervous at the start that, you lay on this table.
Yeah.
And it starts, they move it. It's like, so of course, there I am. It feels like I'm in a dentist chair. Why?
Like, you can't just shut up.
Why? Why can't I just lay there?
I'm the same way, though.
Why am I doing a podcast for these two masseuses?
My friend's a dentist. He gets good deals on these chairs.
Not going to be drilling away at my skin, are you? You got any crowns for my back?
I think I got a cavity in my bicep.
You're not going to shine the light in my face, are you? Do I need to say, ah? Bobcat's getting a massage.
Right, yeah. Bobcat he's making his way in.
Bobcat likes a massage.
Bobcat loves a massage. A jokesman loves a massage.
Of course a jokesman does. So I make the one wise crack that they no doubt both rolled their eyes to each other at because I couldn't see.
I have to ask. I have to interject. And I hope I'm not stealing any thunder.
Nope.
Because there was great discussion last week about male versus female.
Of course. Let me give the backstory of how this went down. I don't know if a man works there.
I had said something similar.
Didn't see any, which is fine. It's fine. So there were two women, who were going to be our masseuses. So the debate about what should I wear ended with boxer briefs.
Yeah,
because I had told Katie even that morning. I said I feel like I should be wearing like basketball shorts here. This just feels weird.
But it didn't matter.
It wasn't
because they never
It wasn't.
You're always in some way covered.
Yeah,
with
and they're very particular about the way they. If they're doing one of your legs, they pull the sheet up just there. They tuck it under, and it's just that. Yeah,
They it's very professional, and I would assume that a lot of those techniques are in place for various reasons.
Right.
Like there's a reason that they do it the way they do.
Right. Right, and it's because this place isn't one that Bob Kraft is going to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like this is not one of those in a strip mall next to a novelty T-shirt place.
Yes. Okay, so you are now at this point. You're on the table, warm table, right? Those like heavy, not quite blankets, but thicker than sheets. Pulled up over you.
So they tell you, get on the table. We'll come back in a minute. So I get on the table and I tell Katie, listen, and this is true at home, I run hot. I can't sleep with like a quilt on me. It's a sheet and a blanket, and even then I'm still sweating sometimes in the summer.
The tables that you're on, they can adjust the heat. I always tell them, crank it up as high as it goes.
I'm hot. I'm already sweating. I tell Katie, God, it's really hot. She goes, say something. I said, no, I'm not going to say anything. No, I'm not going to say I don't want to.
No. First the sandals, now this.
What are they going to think of me?
First, I sat in the locker room for too long.
Yes.
Then I tried to steal sandals.
Yeah.
This is the third strike.
Like, they're going to escort me out the front door and then rip the robe off me when I exit the door, and that's it.
Yeah. And then they're going to shame you as you stand in the parking lot with just your boxer briefs on.
Yep. So
they'll probably take your keys, throw them on the roof of the place.
I say, no, I'm not going to say anything. So they lean in. They say, are you ready? Are you guys all set? And Katie says, yep, we're all set. They walk in. He's not going to say anything, but his table's too hot.
Good on her.
And I said, no, it's fine.
Like they're going to be offended.
Yeah, and they're already ignoring me and turning the table down.
Yeah.
Because it's hot.
Like they're going to be mad in some way that they have to go, oh, okay, here.
Yeah.
Turn a dial from 9 down to 5.
Yep. So, I had filled out the clipboard, the paperwork, and... like I said, I just put no feet and watch. I have a defibrillator there, whatever. Which I don't even know where they go. Like at no point though did was my stomach or chest exposed. My back was about it. But they start massaging in your neck, your head, and they start working their way down, arms, hands, whatever. And they're constantly getting oil and stuff on their hands to lubricate the skin. It feels nice.
Feels
right?
amazing.
It's not super relieving for me, but I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it for what it was. So she works the way down, and like you said, they kind of tuck the sheet under your leg.
Yeah, they're working on your right leg. They pull it up, but tuck it under, kind of like under your thigh.
Yeah.
And
so I believe I'm face up at this point. And she gets oil and is on the leg. And then she starts massaging my feet.
Oh boy. She did not heed the warning.
I don't think she read at all.
She then punch you in the side of the rib cage right on your defibrillator.
Hey, I'm sorry, did you say there was something right here?
All of a sudden your heart rate gets up to about 600.
So I didn't want to tell her about a hot table.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell her about my feet.
Now, see, I understand because Annette's the same way. She doesn't want her feet massaged.
It's just ticklish for me.
Yeah, she's ticklish.
Yes.
The one thing I've noticed, because I'm a little bit ticklish, but I'm able to separate because it's not like ticklish. It's just like they're just barely grazing their fingertips. Mm-hmm. Like that's going to make you laugh. But I can always separate because the massage is much firmer and it's more I don't know. It's more pressure, so it's not as ticklish.
I don't think she heeded the physical notes.
Okay.
Or maybe she just thought I had regular grand mal seizures.
Okay. So it affected you in a way.
I'm sitting there grinning because I'm trying not to laugh.
Sorry.
I'm like this, biting my bottom lip. And every time, it's not like they're scratching or anything, but they're rubbing. Yeah. And so
kneading, kind of
my whole upper body is going jolting as I'm trying to not rip my foot away or accidentally kick her. Yeah. And I thought, okay, maybe that was the note she needed. Seeing the way I physically reacted.
I swear, if you tell me you kicked her in the chin or something.
Did not do anything. There was no escorting me out from me assaulting a masseuse.
Good.
She goes to the other leg and does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to keep things even.
And that was worse. And what's funny is I almost said something at the start because they start when you're laying down and they have a warm, wet towel that they put over your feet and then they rub your whole foot with it.
Yeah. I love that part.
I don't because I didn't want my feet touched. And I thought, well, maybe she took what she needed from that, and that's just standard, right? They don't want people with smelly feet facing them. So this will probably be it. Mm-hmm. Until, that is, she started working on both of my feet while I'm laying there. It wasn't long. The second foot was shorter. I think she probably realized.
She picked up on it.
Hey, he's not probably enjoying. And my whole body's tense at that point, too. I'm trying to relax.
And they can feel that.
Yeah. No big deal. Finishes up. Again, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, it's nice. It's quiet. It's
soothing. You just feel everything is just you got a new baseline.
Yeah. They tell you to turn over. And you had warned me about, you put your face in one of the pillows that has the hole in it.
Yeah. They don't provide drool buckets.
Nope. So you're trying to figure out what to do with your mouth.
It's just kind of...
Because you either actively effort pursing your lips. I'm sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Or, you're trying to relax having a massage, and next thing you know, you're doing essentially a duck face as you're aiming. So then, you realize you're halfway, a few minutes in, you're thinking...
And your arms are kind of at your side, so you can't reach your arm down underneath the table to catch your drool.
Yeah, it's just the ground. Mm-hmm. And another thing I didn't realize, I knew going in, but I didn't think about beforehand, was my nose had been a little runny.
Okay, yeah.
So there it is. What do? You've got, it's like you're training for a boxing match, and you've got sweat beating off your nose, but it's not sweat.
Right.
It's your snot.
Yeah.
It's your mucus.
Yeah.
What do? I'm on my back, or I'm on my stomach, and she's working on my legs. So a few times I kind of lift my head up and try to do a quick wipe. Mm-hmm. It doesn't help.
No,
it doesn't do anything. So then I'm just sitting there going,
yeah.
And then after a minute, you're like, it is what it is.
Yeah, this is not the first time they've seen it.
There will be mucus on the ground.
They know. They expect it.
My apologies to the masseuses. I'm sorry you had to walk around that or near it.
I'm sure it's not the first they've seen it.
So, that was it. That, I told her in advance. I beforehand I said, she said, "Are you feeling any pain?" I said, "Well, the middle of my back's usually stiff, but they don't really. They kind of massage your back, but not like a lot." And I wasn't about to ask for extra pressure. I wasn't prepared to be injured walking out.
You go medium pressure?
I didn't even specify. I just told her this is my first one.
Okay, so she probably took it a little bit easy.
Yeah, and it wasn't extra anywhere, which is nice. Katie asked when she flipped over to her stomach. Katie asked for more firm pressure on her back. Again, I wasn't prepared for that. I don't want to be where I feel the points of her elbows digging in. But the high points. Let me talk about the unexpected high points of this thing, Steve.
Let's hear about it.
That I didn't think of going in advance. I would pay, I have decided, for nothing other than a forearm and hand massage.
You are speaking my language.
I mean,
isn't that amazing?
I didn't expect that to be the most relaxing. And I wonder if it's different because you and I, we work on computers, we work at desks. We're in the trenches,
right?
Typing, hands, a lot of that. But I wonder, like manual labor jobs, they're using their hands, but it's less like finger intensive. A lot of it. I wonder if that's as relieving for them as it is for you and I, because, oh my God, again, I would pay for just elbow to fingertips.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that might be a service that they offer.
Like 30 minutes, I sit in a chair.
No. I want 6 hours.
You want?
I want masseuses like tagging in every 20 minutes, so I always have a fresh one.
I want 2 breaks where you're only working on one hand so I can eat a provided snack.
I'm on board with having simultaneous. Ooh. I want one on each side, but they have to be trained like synchronized swimmers, so they're doing the exact same thing. I've never... That was so relieving to me. The first time I had a massage, and they did like the forearms, I was in heaven. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
I'm just posting a bunch of polls related to that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because, again, that was the most unexpected.
It's amazing.
Second most enjoyable for me was the inside the shoulder blades when you're on your stomach and they kind of work their way down with their hands down the shoulder blades. My goodness, was that a good one too? I did have when I believe it was on my back or on my stomach. I'm sorry, where I had a near laugh moment about this podcast because they're massaging your legs, and I thought in my brain the word higher. And I almost started laughing while on the massage table.
Higher.
Because creeps have done that.
Yeah. Yep.
And I couldn't get that out of my head.
Well, I'm glad to know that that this podcast infiltrated your brain.
Yes.
in one of your most vulnerable moments.
Yes. But hey, so they wrap up. They say, hey, okay, that's all the time we have. Go ahead and put your robes on. You can come out in the hallway. They take you back. I took a shower. Yeah. Nice rainfall shower. You sit and you relax.
I've never done the shower.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, not only were outside of the dude snoring when we got there, I was the only man in the building.
Yeah.
So there was nobody in this locker room. There was no wait for anything. It was like, might as well get the oil off of me before I go home and have the dogs trying to figure out what happened.
So overall, scale of 1 to 10. Obviously, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. What are you giving this experience?
I'd give it like an 8.
Ooh, 8.
7 or an 8 because
I
really enjoyed it. This isn't something that provided me with much relief. It made me feel okay. Mm-hmm. I told Katie, and these are the two things that I kind of compare to each other. For me, body release and feeling wise, when I'm done, nothing beats a good steam. A good steam with the bros. Just you, 4 dudes, some small towels, sitting in a room. It's like 180 degrees.
Okay. All right.
I've never felt as good getting out of as I have getting out of a sauna. Like joints loosened, sinuses clear, everything. I feel so good getting out of a sauna.
Going to a legit, I don't think I've ever done that.
I've done this a handful of times. Anytime I go visit UP Chris, and I think it's a UP thing. A lot of those houses have saunas built into them, and I'll sit in his sauna, hour, however long. Yeah. Maybe it's not an hour, but it feels like it.
Sure.
Because once you get used to that heat, that temperature, which it's oppressive because it's supposed to be. Once you learn how to breathe through it, or just sit back and relax and calm yourself for it, you leave a sauna, Steve. More relieving for me than leaving that massage.
All right. Well, will you do it again?
Yeah, I would do it again. I think the 20-year anniversary is a good time to shoot.
20 years. Okay, so you got
just 14 years. 13 and a half years.
13 and a half years.
Yeah, that's barely a drop in the bucket.
Let me be the first to wish you a happy 20th anniversary.
Thank you so much, Steve. It can't be said enough. I'll wait. I think there's still some speculation you might not make it to your 20.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, you're in the late 30s.
That's true.
You never know if there's a medical condition. Yeah. Luckily, I got married young. 28.
All right. So, should we jump right into the true meaning of the season?
Yes.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh,
that is Christmas wrap by our old buddy K-Mac.
You think Kevin MacLeod puts on a backward hat when he has to record these? Well, it's time for Halloween wrap.
Time to be urban.
Let me turn my black corduroy hat with a golden clasp backwards.
So big thanks to everyone who's taken part in the 6th annual Steve and Kyle podcast Cloak and Dagger non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange. It's been a lot of fun watching on social media, seeing as the hashtag garbage gifts and garbage merch have been rolling in. A lot of people posting. Timmy, one of the most wonderful infiltrations of the side gig, purchased a Vidiot, which is our cameo-style videos on the morning show. Purchased a Vidiot for his solstice recipient, so I had to then explain to them what this all was.
Oh, how lucky that they got to hear the history of the solstice.
Yes, yeah. Wow. So that was brilliant. Very well done, Timmy. So look at this. We got a couple of gifts sitting on the table.
That's right. They were dropped off before you and I even arrived. Yeah. But if you want to take a look at any of the gifts exchanged so far, most of them are on our Twitter. We posted, I think, one to our Facebook. It's hard to post them unless I screenshot them and send them to all. I mean, we're talking garbage can desk caddy set. We've got Amazon. If they could track the spike in Edmund Fitzgerald merch,
yeah, right,
and Mackinac Bridge merch, they would be stunned at the effect that it seems this podcast has had on some of these sales. A lot of Chuck E. Cheese, a lot of Charleston shoes going out, an underrated candy. So again, follow the hashtag garbage gifts. It's right on our Twitter, though. If you just want to look at our profile, you can see all the gifts that have been posted to us to share. But
so, Steve, do you want to kick this off?
Yeah, sure.
Or you want me to kick it off? What do you want to do?
I'm assuming this one is for me because it is nameless.
Yeah.
And the other one does specify to Steve.
Sure. From a fan of the solstice.
Wow. They're all around us, Steve.
Yeah. All right. So this could be from anybody on the staff here.
Again, I mean, we've got. I walked in and I saw Juan in accounting, kind of like smirking.
Yeah. You think it's from Juan?
I think it's from Juan.
All right.
Now, this is a small rectangular gift. A lot of people would assume it's a cassette tape.
It could be.
It could be.
Could be.
It is a... Hey! Oh!
What is it?
It's a cassette tape! Wow, look at this.
What is it?
Not just a cassette tape, Steve. Gordon Lightfoot's Gord's Gold Volume number 2.
Gord. He went by Gord?
He must...
Like the little hard pumpkin?
I just think he didn't want to pay for the O on Gordo. So this is, as everybody knows, a cool cassette tape had to be white.
Yeah, of course. You don't want those see-through ones.
Now, I've owned enough cassette tapes to know if I want to know what songs are on here, you pull out the insert.
Pull out the liner
That's
notes.
the only way you're going to know. This is a 2-sider, and it's advertised on it 2 extra songs.
Oh, boy.
So there's not a lot of extra tape right in there on that cassette
So
tape.
what do you got? What's on that?
I'm assuming it has the 2 songs that he ever recorded that matter, which would be Sundown and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Let me see. Okay, side 1. I'm not going to read all of them. I'll read the ones that I recognize.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so side 2. We'll do the same game. Well, happy solstice to me. The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald is on there.
It is.
This must have been in between where he recorded Sundown.
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Because it is not on this 2-sided Gord's Gold Volume 2.
Boy. Now, I'm assuming you're going to drive straight home, get in your car, pop that in your cassette player in the car.
No, well, first, I'm going to stop at Goodwill on the way home. Mm-hmm. See if they have a loose Walkman. Because I can't be just contained to a boombox.
Right.
If on my walks I need to listen to Gord's Gold Volume number 2, I'm going to need that Walkman.
Boy, you are lucky. Your solstice pairing partner, I think they hit it out of the park with that one. Let me see that. Boy, they really spared no expense on the album art for this.
No, they did not. No, that is a... It looks like Gordon is being posed as Jesus, as he looks like he's walking on water.
Gord's Gold.
What a gift. Warner Brothers Records, so you know it's legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's... Oh, man. 2 extra songs. I wonder which ones were the extras.
I think it's Baby Step Back and Ghosts of Cape Horn.
I was trying to see which year, Steve, this was made or released, because I would need a legitimate excuse for why Sundown didn't make this.
Looks like 1988. So Sundown must have come out.
On Gord's Gold Volume 1.
Or 3.
Because what happened on number 1 that the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald didn't make?
Yeah.
Was Gord just like, was that his pushback, like his rebellious teenager phase?
Sure.
He didn't want to be known for, I'm not just the shipwreck guy.
All right, so it is now my turn. Oh, it looks like this gift is for me, to Steve, from, as we said, a fan of the solstice.
Thank you so much again to who I think is
you think it was Juan?
Not in accounting. I think so. All right. I'm excited to see what you got here, Steve.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I love this solstice season.
Boy, it looks like something from our friends at Redbubble. Looks like a pair of socks.
Oh, Steve, socks are good for everyday use.
That's truer words have never been spoken. They are good for everyday use. Oh, good Lord, is this Edmund Fitzgerald brand socks?
Oh, wow.
And it says, "Ship happens. SS Edmund Fitzgerald." Oh, a beautiful pair of navy blue colored socks.
I bet you the relatives love that joke.
I mean,
if I walked up to that cook's widow, again, the cook who was too busy to cook breakfast for the men who were about to die, and I said, "Hey, lady, ship happens."
Now these, I mean, it's a beautiful material. It's a navy blue. Ship happens. SS Edmund Fitzgerald, very clearly written. The words underneath it, completely indecipherable.
Oh, yeah.
Something about...
Ship happens, SS Edmund Fitzgerald.
Something of November 1975.
Huh.
Yeah. Looks like the old printing press was...
It looks like a silhouette of the ship on the ankle line there.
Where?
The white.
Does it?
I think so.
I mean...
Wow. Again.
So this, you're saying...
Yeah, that's the ship.
That's the ship.
That's the picture of the ship 15 miles short of Whitefish Bay.
Oh, okay.
If they had just left half hour earlier.
Put 15 more miles behind them.
Bunch of idiots if they didn't. I can't believe,
I mean, this is a solstice gift that I will never forget.
Well, and again, good for everyday use.
That is true. I think, when we were walking in here today...
I was going to say, any suspicions on who on staff?
Janine was giving me the eyes.
Janine in HR, and she is a lovely gift giver.
Lovely gift
She knows what she's doing. Yeah. She listens. She understands people. A real saint, Janine. So Janine, we got our eyes on you.
Boy, another year in the books. You believe that? That is the 6th time that we have exchanged these gifts in the Steve and Kyle podcast. Cloak and Dagger. Non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange.
Man,
I'm already looking forward to the 7th.
Every year,
I can't wait.
Lovely gifts exchanged. So keep those coming if you can. Social media at Steve and Kyle #garbage gifts, so we can retweet those and post those, whether it's Facebook.
Maybe
Twitter,
we'll post a picture of these socks. We'll post a picture of the ship, as you say.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a ship.
We'll see what the consensus is.
I'm actually trying to pull that design up to see what it's supposed to be.
To see if maybe it doesn't quite meet the expectations, like like a Pinterest fail almost.
Yeah, right. And again, a lot of these things, the Redbubble, and we've noticed that when we were putting our merch up, like it can be finicky with colors.
Yeah.
So, or centering, and a lot of stuff won't be seen.
Yeah.
So
I do have to wonder if the person, again, could be Janine, could be anyone else. Mm-hmm. I have to know if the person that spent the hard-earned money on these was happy with the result when they arrived.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to assume that the person would have had to look at them before wrapping them and just handing them.
Did they look at this little white squiggle and say,
ship?
Obviously.
You don't think that's you don't think that's the ship?
Oh, I'm not. Look, hey, I do not look a gift horse in the mouth at all. I just hope that they were happy.
You never look a gift ship in the mouth?
Do you? Maybe put that on the poll. Do you ever look a gift ship in the mouth?
Another exquisite gift exchange, Steve. Congratulations to you and yours again. Everyday use. Real lucky.
Well, I think that's just about going to wrap it up for this week's episode, correct?
Yeah, we can. Do we want to recap a couple weeks worth of polls?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let's do that very quickly, and then we'll get out of here.
Time to see how wrong everyone else is. It's poll recap time. Find the polls at Steve and Kyle on Twitter.
I believe we've got a couple weeks to dig through, but not too many. This is where I get to scroll back, find all the fun stuff we've talked about.
Yes.
Okay, this is all this week, so we don't want those. There's some popcorn and some beers from Brad to our friend Josh. We've got some Jeff Green. He got that nice, beautiful picture of the Mackinac Bridge and desk caddy set that looks like a trash can in a recycling bin. You're welcome, Leanne. 2, just garbage bag size filled with potato chips.
You can't just order them, right? Like, that's a conscious effort where you take a garbage bag, you buy potato chips, you pour them in there, and then you just write an address on them.
Some Chuck E. Cheese. One of the best gifts, I think. Just a beautiful idea. Kenny Rogers' motivational coloring book was delivered to our friend Meredith. An outstanding gift. A unique year of gift giving here for the solstice. I absolutely love seeing these come through. Again, what's the date today? Sorry, I just got to scroll back 2 weeks there, and we got a lot of gifts in between there. Okay. No, I think I went back too far. Did we recap the pallbearer polls? Did every 8-year-old boy try to rep his shirt like Hulk Hogan? Do you need a pallbearer plan before you die?
Oh, I think we did.
We did okay, so I'm
sorry.
We only have 1 week. So let me scroll back again.
Back up, yeah.
We've got a deck of cards there. You're welcome. That beautiful 1,000-piece puzzle of the Mackinac Bridge with a freighter going underneath. Imagine the bonding that could go on during that as a family.
The only thing that could have been better is if that boat hit that bridge. Would have been a lot more than 29 souls, I'm sure, but
at least they were fed. Can you ask for change after giving a gift? 70% of the audience said no. Is Andrew Dice Clay basically an aggressive masseuse? 82% of the audience said yes.
Okay.
Is one picture of your butthole enough? 67% of the audience said yes. And finally, if you fall off the wagon, do you have to give your chips back?
Yeah, I think we determined that is.
Because
absolutely.
I mean, I think you're supposed to, but if you fall off the wagon, you're like, screw it, I'm done with this program. You can just keep the chip, right? And then just walk around and say, yep, 90 days sober, give me a beer.
I don't know if that's how it works.
No, I think it's how it works.
So that's like your reward. Your reward for being 90 days sober
is you get
a beer.
Yeah, and I'll put that on the poll as well. When you get to 90 days sober, do you get a beer? 69% of the audience, Steve, said yes.
Oh, man, it's been a fun year. Very fun year, but this is our last live episode for 2021. Next week, I believe it'll be Tuesday, December 28th. The 6th annual Year in Review comes out. So it's going to be a look back at all of our favorite segments from this year. Roughly 3 hours long. So hopefully you'll have time to... hopefully you have some time off over the next couple of weeks. Be able to digest a nice 3-hour episode. We haven't done one of them in a minute.
Yeah, perfect for... commutes to family stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely pop this on with the kids in the back seat.
Yes.
You can hear some of our best bits and some of our favorite times that we spent at this near and dear folding table.
Last time, though. For the last time we're sitting here.
I'm going to miss it.
That's all right. It'll probably be here for the next episode.
See you in March, folding table.
Yeah. So our next live episode will be not live, but you know what I mean. Next regular episode is going to be in January.
Happy solstice to you and yours, Steve.
Thank you. Can't be said enough.
To everybody out there listening, happy solstice to you and yours. It is actually today's release day, Tuesday, December 21st, Steve. The solstice.
Is the day of the solstice, isn't it?
Solstice is upon us. Another one has come and gone. Love celebrating this. Make sure you dress up as seasonal Sammy or solstice Sammy to go ahead and give your kids their solstice gifts today.
If that's what you do. Some don't.
That's right. Non-denominational.
Winter solstice. At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
That's right.
Keep those hashtag garbage gift posts coming. We love seeing them. We will talk to you in 2022.